Hey friends, how are you? This is Kate Lanigan McGregor, and I'm here with my now co-owner of Bold Real Estate, or Bold Moves Real Estate. We're making the transition. Patti McCardle.
Yes, not McGregor.
Yes, I'm so used to saying my own name. We're thinking that Sunday nights might not be the right night to do this. Hi Tracy, how are ya? So anyway, we are here today to talk a little bit about some really cool ideas that we have. You see the name of this is ReaLAWstate. And it's not really about law, and it's not really about real estate. It's about what's going on today in our industry. And we kind of, we want to just talk about how important it is for you to understand some of the things going on and why we think that we can help you. And we're going to be having these live streams every Sunday night. So Patti, tell me a little bit about, first of all, why did you join us?
So many reasons. Been doing the real estate closing thing for like 15 years and branching off. As you all know, in the real estate world, there's so many things that are intertwined. And, it's the real estate market's getting a lot more difficult, a lot more intricate, especially with a lot of online things. There's a lot more creative financing, creative deals being put together, and there's a lot of pitfalls. And so I was talking to Kate one day about that, and we've been friends for quite a while. We get along, clearly. And I just thought it'd be a great move to make. And I think together, two forces are more powerful than one. And I think we're going to have a lot to offer everybody.
Yes. I mean, being involved in the real estate field, one of the things that we know as far as our jobs for the future and how we will matter to our customers, our clients, our consumers, is that we're the trusted advisors. And we are the community experts, and we are the people who can navigate through the tricky path of real estate. So for me, when we talked about this, it just felt like such a great idea because real estate has gotten really tricky. And we started Bold Moves with a menu of services option, which was one of the first of its kind in the whole state, and it was kind of revolutionary at the time.
Yes, it was.
But one of the things that happened is that, it gets trickier and trickier. And so as such, having a foundation of, a lot of smart, educated people that can help you through the process, either as a real estate agent working with us or as a buyer or seller or landlord or tenant looking for some help, we know that we have the wherewithal to help you. And, I didn't even know what we didn't know until, Patti came and started hanging out in our meetings with us. And it was a real eye-opener. And, I'm so grateful for this opportunity to really expand our service to the whole entire community, because we love our Bold Town. We have gone through this metamorphosis where we're like, you know what, let's cut the crap and let's just take care of our people, because, you are the people who we care about. So anyway, as such, and as I say, Patti is I think like a lifelong learner, and she always has a million things, great ideas and whatnot. But tell me about your summit that you just went to, this Advanced Real Estate Summit.
And I just want to take a moment too, before we get into that, is, talking about this partnership a little bit. And, Kate is, all of you out there, I'm sure already know, is just awesome. And, I see so many different agents come through my office, and some of them are awesome. Some of them know what they're doing. They're getting the right support. They have education. I'm always telling them that when their transactions come through my office, I know they're going to be well taken care of. And then there's other agents that they're not getting that support, whether it's those online crazy agencies, people just throw out a sign. And the things that come to me in a P&S form tend to put their clients at risk. And it's just unfortunate. And so when I was talking to Kate about the direction of real estate, and we thought maybe we'd team up so we can provide one of those agencies that kind of has it all. So I can give her some of that legal background, the agent, some of that support. Clearly, she's the master of marketing. She is, realtor of the state. Who doesn't want to team up with that person?
Oh my gosh.
Tens of thousands of realtors in the state. Kate McGregor from Mattapoisett, Massachusetts. She is the ReaLAWstate. That's kind of cool. And then also, of course, she's fun. And we've had about 45 million takes of this little video right now.
Yes. In case you're wondering why it took us 3 tries before we got this going, is because, we were laughing.
Way too far.
Yeah, we did. We were cracking up. So anyway, so that's why we're working together. And that's why, but when we started sitting down and saying, what are we going to do? How do we get our word out there about this vision that we have for what real estate can be for you. Because we know how stressful it is. We know how complicated it's getting. We know what the twists and the turns are. You know, I've been doing this for 20 years, and she's right. I'm the Realtor of the Year. You can see my trophies in the background. It's pretty funny. Woo-hoo. You know, but the thing is that I am committed to this profession. I love this profession. I love what we call our bold town. I love you guys. You know, and I don't ever want to, I jump out of bed in the morning with excitement. She just said that. She goes, you know, do you wake up this excited? And I'm like, I do. I love our profession. And, you know, in dealing with Patti, who does the same, you know, and
I don't wake up with that much enthusiasm.
Yeah. So anyways, we'll see. Not yet, but she will, but she will, because it's going to be fabulous. Anyway, now will you tell us about the summit?
Yes. So one of the things is I'm branching out in different parts of real estate, whether I've done my own flips, some investments. I have clients who are flippers. There's just all different various avenues for real estate, not just the place you live in, opportunities for you to make money. And I went to San Diego to this summit, and part of that summit was the topic of wholesaling. I didn't know a whole lot about wholesaling. I haven't seen a lot of that come through my office. And when I got to learn about that, it's really kind of setting up like a match.com between people who need to sell their houses fast and a flipper. So somebody who's looking for a property at a good price that can make some renovations, and then they can make money. So the seller wins because they unfortunately are in some kind of circumstance they need to get out of, or they've inherited a property that needs a lot of repairs. They don't have the money to fix it. They don't want to go through home inspections and, you know, mortgage contingencies and all that drag. So it's kind of being able to match those sellers with those buyers. And bringing them together. And then at first glance, I'm thinking, well, if you do that, well, where the heck is the realtor in all this? And I'm teaming up with Kate. That doesn't seem very smart. But you're meeting a lot of people. Not every seller is going to want to sell it for a discount and that fast. They're willing to wait. They're willing to get that fair market value. And that's where it kind of helps with our agents and giving them some more exposure, because everything is relationships. It's your network. It's who you associate yourself with. It's who you know, and it's kind of bringing all those relationships together. So no matter which way you look at it, the seller is served, and then bringing in the buyer as well.
Yeah, so, you know, some of the things that you're referring to, there have been a lot of startup companies that have come up, and along the same premise is that what attracts them to the consumer is this thought, like they don't have to go through the hassle of all that crap that goes to selling a house. And that's why some people, many people are willing to do that very same kind of idea that she's talking about, like that match.com, you know, or not even the match. Maybe they just have that the process gets, you know, put into, you know, they have a sale set up or whatever. Anyway, it's kind of interesting. We will be talking about it more. You know, we are, I think, one of the only companies in the area that I have heard of that's doing anything like this, you know, so that is something that's going to be super exciting.
And I just want to throw out there, if you have buyer clients, like flipper clients, who kind of want to get on that list, because it's going to be kind of a boots on the ground kind of campaign until we can create it into more of an online platform. But we'd like to know, I have plenty of flipper clients myself. I know the agents here have plenty of flipper clients, but we always like to beef up that list and serve more people, because as this grows and we find more of these opportunities, we'd like to be able to match them up.
Right. And, you know, one of the things that we at Bold have always done is we've always had great relationships with our fellow realtor peers. And in that same way, we will honor those relationships. We will work with you because we want this to be something that's amazing. And one of the things that we did, one of the first things we did when we were talking about joining forces was going from Bold Moves to Bold. And the reason for that is because, back to that thing about what's going on in our industry, it's just not about moving anymore. It's not about that simple, oh, I'm going to buy my house, oh, I'm going to sell my house. You know, Patti came up with an acronym. Would you like to tell them your Bold acronym?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like I've had so many.
The one that holds on to me is building, right? So development, opportunities, like this one that she's talking about right now, land, and then, or legal, depending on which L you want, and then development. So we have these expansion vision action steps. I don't even want to call it visioning, because we already know what we're going to be doing on those and how we're going to be laying these things out. And we've already set the groundwork for it, because, you know, real estate as an industry is always constantly changing.
Evolving.
She just said to me, because I do a live stream every morning, she said, how do you think about something to say every single day? And I said, truthfully, our business changes every single day.
Yeah.
And every single day something comes up. And, I follow a format kind of like that acronym type thing. But the bottom line is that, we are always evolving and every single time. And I've been doing this for 20 years. Something will come up and I'll say, like, I've never heard that one before. And many of those times, and the lawyers are often the people who bring them to our attention. And, Patti just had an experience of this really crazy land transaction. And I mean, like, that is something that you don't find in textbooks. I've been teaching licensing for a while and I never heard that one before, Mm-hmm. So anyways, we feel like we can better serve the whole community. We love our community. And this fast direct selling approach of the flipping and the bringing together of these two consumers who are not looking to draw out, this long process, and they want to be in the strategic position to move, and again, as she said, the scenarios she used, whether it was distress or they inherited the house or something like that, there's many opportunities that people would say, like, I don't feel like going through the hassle. It's not worth that $5,000 or whatever.
And it's really about thinking outside the box. And I've had a lot of clients who've come to me with some wacky scenarios, which is always interesting, and it's strategic, and trying to figure them out is kind of exciting, whether it's a title problem or, I've had buyers come in and they wanted to buy a property. They didn't want to buy the building on top, they just wanted to buy the land underneath. And we figured out a way to do that because he didn't want to inherit the people inside the house and become a landlord, so to speak. So we're able to separate that out. But it's using those creative avenues to solve a problem, and what are the problems, and how do we just provide a better service, and even if it's more creative, thinking outside the box. Not all agencies online are the way to go. I've heard, I won't go down that view of Redfin, whatever the heck that is.
Yeah, one of the things that I know for sure is that as you start to value your time as your most precious commodity, right? Because when I think about money, right, I can spend the money I saved yesterday, I can use the money I have today, or I can throw it on my credit card and pay that money off tomorrow. Now, I cannot do that with time. My time is my most cherished, heartstring for me. And so as such, your time should be spent with a trusted advisor, somebody who knows the community, somebody who has this arsenal of tools, to get you to where you want to be.
Right.
And
why try and figure it out yourself when you have people who would be more than willing to help you get there?
Yeah.
It's part of the pride in what we do.
Exactly. And of course, we will make it fun. So we would just, we did delete those laugh attack videos because we felt like it might not be too professional, right? So anyway, I wanted to say hi to Tracy and Laurie. Thank you guys for joining. Do you have any questions for us before we segue into, are you still there? All right, so we're gonna, Bob has left the building. I made her mic up so that that's at the start of this whole thing. Anyway, all right, so we're gonna sign off. We will be back next Sunday, and what we'll be talking about then will be technology and rituals and how to maximize, just as we're talking about time, how to maximize that time to have the best, most fulfilling life that you can.
Absolutely.
And so we're super excited. And again, we'll be with you. You will, and we will love to hear questions. We will be more than happy to build in whatever your questions are, your comments. If you have any suggestions for what we should be talking about, we're more than happy to do that because we love our bold town. Yep. And, we're saying like bold knows. We know. We're bold. We know. Bold so we have a lot of expertise and a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge, and we'd love to share that with you. So thank you, Patti.
No, thank you, Kate.
Thanks, guys, for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Bye.